Roses are red, violets are blue. You're gloating because Izzy lost, but like, why are you? So this past Saturday, you may have heard, you may have seen, maybe somebody sent you a letter, but Israel Adesanya finally lost in the UFC, and oh boy, did the floodgates open online. Everyone and their mother so happy, so overjoyed that Izzy got TKO'd. Such a jolly spirit was in the air that I thought we might have received another stimulus check. And my question to all you guys that participated in the festivities is, why do you hate him so much? Do you even know at this point? But before we even get to that, let's just discuss the fight briefly, because it was a fight that's definitely worth discussing. I think we can all universally agree that the fight itself was absolutely awesome. It had a little bit of everything. It had back and forth action. They stayed on their feet for most of the fight. We saw a little bit of a ground game, but not too much. Both fighters were hurt at different points in the fight. It looked like the fight might have been over for Alex Pereira at the end of round one because he was hurt really bad by Izzy. And of course, at the end of round five, after losing 3 or arguably 4 previous rounds, Alex Pereira came out like a bat out of hell, to quote Nick Diaz from back in the day, and he got the job done. He finished Adesanya. And it was an awesome comeback. Props to Pereira, because, wow. Both fighters deserve props because it was a back and forth performance. Like I mentioned, it took a lot of heart, a lot of guts, and at the end, both were spent completely. They gave it everything they had, absolutely everything. And Pereira was humble in victory, and Izzy was humble in defeat, contrary to what some believe. A lot of the criticism directed Adesanya's way after this fight revolved around 3 things. Izzy supposedly being a really boring fighter, being extremely cocky, and also being a sore loser. I don't believe any single one of these things at all whatsoever. Actually, they leave me absolutely flabbergasted when I see people talking about them, so let me just debunk each point one by one. The trope that Izzy is an extremely boring fighter started after his fight with Yoel Romero. Admittedly, it was a horrendous fight. It was extremely boring. You know, they just stood around and basically did nothing for 5 rounds. But why did Adesanya manage to bear the brunt of the blame while Romero got away pretty much scot-free? Romero was like 70% at fault for that fight being shit, because all he did was stand in the middle of the octagon and do this. Here, this is what he did.
Come on, Izzy! Come on, Izzy! 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 Come on, Izzy!
Try to fight somebody that's doing that, right? They're not walking towards you. They don't want to engage. They don't want to do anything except stand there. And then when the fight is over, he gets on the mic and has the nerve to say,
"Oh, Izzy, he run from me!"
Did he? Or did you just fail to engage him completely? I mean, everybody knows that Israel Adesanya is a counter striker, but at least he tried. Yoel Romero did absolutely nothing, and in my opinion, at least half the blame, at least, really more, but at least half the blame should go to Yoel Romero for that fight being boring. But hey, maybe you're thinking that one boring fight is enough to kind of just write a person off forever, especially when they don't react gracefully at the end of the fight and just take all of the blame on themselves because you feel that they deserve it. How come you didn't have that same energy with Anderson Silva and Patrick Cote? How about Anderson Silva and Damian Maia, right? He had some terrible fights, absolutely terrible. Arguably more boring than the Romero-Adesanya fight, but somehow he got away scot-free. He still looked at as a legend. He's still awesome. Why isn't Izzy allowed the same courtesy? Izzy's cocky. Izzy's way too cocky. I just don't like him. Okay, he's cocky. How? Why? Because he says he's the best. He says that it's in his plans to, become the greatest ever. Any fighter worth his salt has said something similar throughout their career. I mean, that's just part of being a fighter. That's part of having that infallible confidence that allows you to get to the top. Why is he being just buried for it all over the internet? I don't understand. And what's even more baffling to me is that a lot of the people that say these things about Israel Adesanya are fans of guys like Conor McGregor. And whenever you confront them on that and say, hey, you are a fan of probably the cockiest fighter to ever exist, one who rarely delivers on that cockiness, by the way, why are you not giving him shit, but you're giving all of the shit to Israel Adesanya? Oh, well, it's just different with Conor. It's like you know how they can't really explain it. They can't. It's just I like this guy. I don't like this guy. So whatever this guy does, I'm just gonna say he's a piece of shit, regardless if it's positive, negative. I'm gonna spin it in a negative way. Whatever my guy does, I'm gonna spin it in a positive way. Izzy is a sore loser. Wow. This one is the craziest one to me because how much more humbly could he have possibly taken that loss? He gave all of the credit to Alex Pereira. He said that he was hurt. He said that he hurt his peroneal nerve, I believe, with low kicks, and that's why he didn't have the best stability. He also said that in spite of the fact that he was hurt, he doesn't like that the referee stopped his fight so early, but he mentioned that he understands where he was coming from. He doesn't consider it a bad stoppage. Just as a fighter, he wished he would have let it go on a little bit longer. And this is what people latched onto, that last statement. Just, oh, how dare he say that he wasn't hurt? How dare he say that he was moving his head? And I mean, really? Like, this is what we've come to, where we nitpick bits and pieces of what was said at the post-fight press conference in a overall extremely humble interview, you know, just to hate on a person. What was he supposed to say? Like, no, dude, that guy hit me so hard, you know, I'll never fight again. He just has my number. He's better than me. And you know what? I'm just going to retire. I think that's what Izzy's haters actually want to see. They just want him to submit. Like, you guys just don't like that he talks about anything positive regarding himself. Like, you just want him to be self-critical, you know, depressed. By the way, not my audience. I know you guys are cool, but I'm just, you know, speaking in generalities here. A lot of you have the nerve to say that he's a bully when you do this to him online, which is insane because who has he bullied? What does he do? Fighters talk trash to him, he talks trash back. That doesn't make him a bully. You know what makes a person a bully? A fighter not doing anything wrong and you just getting into a huge group and piling onto him for no reason whatsoever. Just because you don't like him. Like, you don't like the tone of his voice. You don't like that he watches anime. You don't like whatever. I'm not going to say the obvious because I don't think that's what it is, but maybe it is that too. I have no idea. I'm sure there's a guy or two out there that's bothered by that as well. I'm sure that's a cherry on top for some people. But that's it. You know, that's the video. That's all I have to say. Just leave Brennan alone! But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I mean, maybe there's some things I missed. Maybe he did something objectively horrible that, you know, just warrants all of this hate that he's been getting. Let me know in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, share, dislike. It's good for the algorithm, good for my channel. And I'll see you guys soon.